Hey Twisters, Nick here, and I just wanted to make a little video here now that Alex Ovechkin has passed Jaromir Jagr for third all-time in NHL career goals. He scored last night the go-ahead goal for Washington in a 4-3 shootout win over the New York Islanders. So not only did Ovi do this against his former head coach in Barry Trotz, but also his former goaltender in Semyon Varlamov. I loved the celebration afterwards. The whole team came out onto the ice and hugged Ovi. It was terrific. Ovechkin even said from that moment, quote, "That was one of the loudest eruptions I've ever heard in this building." So certainly everyone was just completely digging the milestone. And the goal itself was pretty interesting as well. Very unexpected. Came off of the faceoff in the New York zone, of course. And the puck just kind of squirts out from the faceoff circle in front of Ovechkin. He corrals it from his backhand, and then he immediately fires. He's not even in shooting stance at all, really. His legs are square to the net, and the puck deflects off of Varlamov's, glove arm, and it goes in. So Ovechkin just finding so many different creative ways to score goals throughout his career, even later on at the age of 36 years old. And speaking of which, I want to talk about trajectory here. So first of all, Ovechkin is now 34 goals away from tying not the great one, Mr. Hockey, Gordie Howe, for second all-time, and he's 127 away from Wayne Gretzky. Okay, so this season right now, Ovi scoring his 37th goal, so he's on pace for about 49 this year, 49 or 50. So let's say at the end of this year, Alex Ovechkin has 779 career goals. So he'd be 115 away from Wayne Gretzky. So what I'm trying to say here is that over the next 3 seasons, and he's under contract for 4 seasons, he could actually average 39 goals per year. That is 10 fewer than what he's scoring this season. And at the end of that third year, he could surpass Wayne Gretzky. And what's really interesting about that in particular is that Wayne Gretzky scored 894 career goals in 1,487 career games. Now for Ovechkin, he has played in 227 fewer games than Wayne Gretzky. And so basically, he could score the same amount of goals in the same amount of games, or maybe even fewer. You also have to consider that Alex Ovechkin, he missed a ton of hockey due to lockouts, shortened seasons, and that sort of thing. Not to mention, he started his career at sort of the end of the dead puck era when scoring was a lot lower, whereas Wayne Gretzky played mostly, especially during his time with Edmonton, in a very high scoring era. So how have some of the legends out there performed very late in their careers at goal scoring? Let's take a look at a few names. So first of all, Wayne Gretzky's last 30-goal season was when he scored 38, but as a 33-year-old. Of course, though, Wayne Gretzky had some injury problems later in his career, and you have to also consider that he was more of a pass-first kind of player. Mario Lemieux last scored 35 goals as a 35-year-old. That was his last 30-goal season. Jaromir Jagr's last 30-goal season came at the age of 34. Of course, he had many good years after that. But there are 2 names I want to pay attention to in particular. So Brett Hull, at the age of 36, had a 39-goal year. And as we're seeing here, Ovechkin, at 36 years old, could be on pace for as many as 49 or 50. Then Hull had 30 goals at 37 years old, and then he had 37 goals as a 38-year-old. As for Gordie Howe, this one's really interesting. At 37 years old, he had 29 goals. So think of Ovechkin's following season. I don't think he's going to drop off by 20. Then at 38 years old, Howe only had 25. However, 39 years old, he exploded for 39 goals. At 40 years old, he had 44. And by the way, he was still playing in the NHL. This is not in the WHA. And then even at age 41, he scored 31 goals. So I do think that Ovechkin, with how he's able to keep himself healthy and just the style of game that he plays, I'm pretty sure that this guy is on track to not only break Gretzky's record, but he has a really good chance of doing this within 3 years. And then he even has 1 full year on his contract. Couple more things I want to call out here. I loved Jaromir Jagr's congratulatory video to Ovechkin. Definitely watch that. You can find it on Twitter if you want. So Jagr even said, "Keep scoring, because as you know, I didn't retire from hockey yet, and there's a chance I might come back to the NHL and start chasing you." And then he winks and points at the camera. I thought that was awesome. Loved it. And then Ovechkin, he spoke to his team in the locker room after the goal, and he was just crediting his team, his teammates from the past, and his coaches. Real succinct, made it about everybody there, just how everybody, flooded onto the ice when he scored that goal. He even told the media afterwards he hopes that somebody eventually passes him someday. I think he was referring to passing him as the all-time European goal scorer. And yeah, that's just about it for this one. And again, I have a Capitals video tomorrow, so this came at a wonderful time, and I'm excited to talk not only about the Capitals with you guys in the near future, but discuss all things NHL, especially as we get into the playoffs here. So if you're new here, make sure you hit the red subscribe button down below and join the Twist Brigade. Hit the thumbs up. That helps others like you discover this channel. See the video description down below if you want to follow me on social media. And hope you guys have a wonderful day out there. Once again, congratulations, Ovi. Can't wait to see the next 128 goals that you score to get past Wayne.